Hey there, welcome to Getting It Done North of 7. What I have here is a John Deere lawn tractor. It's an LA 165. I went to start it about a week ago and it wouldn't start. So automatically I thought it was the safety switch that is on your left side, the brake clutch, I guess you'd call it, brake pedal. I knew it has been going for a while because every time I go to start it, I'd have to play with the pedal and it would engage and it wouldn't engage. So I thought it was that switch. So I replaced that switch. And here's the switch I'm talking about. So when you step on the pedal, steel bar comes up against here, pushes this in. It's a safety switch and allows you to start your lawn tractor. So I put a brand new switch on it and it wouldn't start. I was right back to square one. So then I thought, well, maybe it's my starter, maybe it's my solenoid. I didn't think it was my battery because the battery, the lights would come on when I would turn on the key, but that doesn't mean anything. If you don't have enough charge in that battery, it will not turn over the engine. So I thought, well, it could be the battery. So in this video, we're going to figure out if it is the battery, if it's the solenoid, or if it is the starter. So right off the bat, I did go buy a brand new battery for it because you know what? I forgot to take my battery out this winter and keep it on a charge or even just put a trickle charger on it once in a while. I forgot. So I figured, you know what? That battery was probably crap. So I bought a new battery. It's 340 cold cranking amps. The other one was 275. Don't even waste your money on those batteries if they're like a 275 or below 300 cold cranking amps. Get yourself a battery that's either 300, hopefully higher. I got the 340. So now we have our brand new battery in place. And now we're going to check and see if it's the starter or the solenoid. So there you can see I have a brand new shiny battery in there. It's all connected, clean terminals, everything. Down here we have our solenoid is right here. I'll show you up closer in a second. And over here we have our starter. So now I'm going to show you how you can check to see if it is the starter or the solenoid. Because we know our battery's brand new. It's a powerful battery, so we know we're good there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back this boot. And this is your solenoid. So what happens is the power comes from your battery, runs to this terminal, through the solenoid, and then runs down this cable down to your starter. So in theory, if I connect this terminal here and this terminal with, let's say, an old screwdriver, we eliminate the solenoid. It's like running power straight from your battery, straight to your starter. So if we do that and the engine turns over, we know that our solenoid is no good. If we do it and our engine doesn't turn over, then we know our starter is no good. So you don't even have to turn your key on. Just leave that alone. So we're just going to take a screwdriver and touch these two terminals. And oh yeah, I have the parking brake on. The parking brake allows you to start the tractor without sitting on the seat. So all we have to do is touch this terminal and this terminal with this. And if this engine turns over, we know our starter is good. And it's probably our solenoid that is not allowing us to start this motor. Oh, I touched it. So there you go. So there you go. Our engine turned over. Our starter is good. So we do need a new solenoid. So the first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the negative terminal of the battery. So there's no power going to the solenoid. There, we removed the negative cable, took it away from the battery. Okay, now we're going to undo the cables from our solenoid. There's two terminals. You can use a 7/16 wrench and undo those quickly. There we go. We unconnected that one. You can do this yourself. You can take it to a garage. Just hope you trust your garage, your mechanic, because, you know, I've seen people take their lawn tractors or whatever, their small engine repairs to a place to get them fixed. And they end up putting like a new starter and a solenoid and probably a battery too and charge you for all three repairs when you only need to do one. So just make sure you trust your mechanic. And like I said, you can do this yourself. I'm showing you exactly how to do it. Now you're going to see two wires on top of the solenoid, a purple one and a black one. Put them back when you put your new solenoid on. put them back in the same place with the purple wire on the right and the black on the left. So we'll remove those. Now we'll get an 8mm socket and we'll take off the solenoid. This is probably the original solenoid that came with this lawn tractor. This lawn tractor has cut a lot of grass. It has a lot of hours on it. I've replaced a lot of things, but not the solenoid. There we go. There's our solenoid. When you order a new one, make sure it has, well, the two terminals, but make sure it has these two connections here for the purple wire and the black wire. Anyways, you can easily get this on Amazon, and I will show you exactly where. I'll put a link down in the description below. So there's our old solenoid. There's our new solenoid. And it's got the two prongs for the wires. So we're good to go. We'll just install this one and hopefully it works. So what I'm doing is I'm removing the two nuts, and we'll leave these two nuts on the terminals, and the cables will go between the two nuts. So I'll quickly install this solenoid. So make sure you tighten these two bolts up. Not overly crazy, but just enough to make sure it's got a good connection to the body. Now we'll hook up our black wire and our purple wire. Black on the left, purple on the right. There we go. And we'll put our cables back on to the terminals here. And we'll put the nuts on and tighten it. It's that quick. The hardest part is waiting to get your new solenoid. Again, don't over crank these. You don't have to. Don't over tighten them. Just snug them up really good. Not crazy, so you don't break anything. And so anyways, there's our solenoid. It's all hooked up. Now we can try it out. Well, first I got to put the negative cable back on the battery. There we go. Battery's hooked back up. Solenoid's all hooked up. Now we can try it out. All right, here's the moment of truth. Click. There we go. It turned over. Perfect. So it was our solenoid.